Hi guys, welcome to math. Today we're going to take a look at the chapter 12 review test. Let's look at question number 1. The data set shows the total number of sandwiches sold each day for 28 days. What is the most common number of sandwiches sold in a day? So think of the word most common number. Is that the mean, the median, or the mode of the data set that they're trying to get you to give them? If you said the mode, you are correct. Most repeated number means the mode. You can make a dot plot on scratch paper to chart it to figure out what the mode is, or you could make a frequency table and list each number and how many times it's repeated to find out what the mode is. Either one of those would work as a strategy to figure out what the mode of that data set is. So you're going to figure out, is 10 on there the most times, or is 14 on there the most times? And the easiest way to do it is to either make a dot plot or a frequency chart or table. Go ahead and pause the video until you're ready to go to number 2. Okay, question number 2. Michael's teacher asks, how many items were sold on the first day of the fundraiser? Explain why this is not a statistical question. Well, let's think about the definition of a statistical question. In order for it to be a statistical question, it must ask a question where there is more than one answer. Like if I said, what was the weight of the penguin each day for 28 days? That would have more than one answer, and that answer is not always going to be the same. So therefore, it's a statistical question. But if it only asks for one piece of data out of a data set that only has one possible answer, it is not a statistical question. And because it's only asking about one day, it says the first day of the fundraiser, that's only going to have one answer. Okay, question number 3. Describe the data set by writing the attribute measured, the unit of measure, the likely means of measurement, and the number of observations in the correct location in the chart. Okay, so let's take a look at each one. The word attribute means what is it that you are describing? Height would be an attribute, or color, or size. All of those would be attributes. So what is it that the table in purple is measuring? That is the attribute. The unit of measure is, are they measuring it in feet, inches, miles? What are they measuring it in? That's the unit of measure. The likely means of measurement means how are they measuring it? Are they using a yardstick? Are they using a ruler? Or are they using a thermometer? How are they measuring the unit of measure? And then the last one, number of observations, means count how many pieces of data are in the data set. That is the number of observations. Go ahead and fill that in before you go on to question number 4. Okay, question number 4. The numbers of points scored by a football team in 7 different games are, and then they list them. For numbers 4A through 4C, select true or false to indicate whether the statement is correct. 4A. The outlier of the data set is 3. Remember what an outlier is. An outlier is, if you look at the points in the data set, an outlier is one that's either much higher than the other data values or much lower than the other data values. So for example, if I got a 75, 84, 96, and a 23 on my tests, 23 would be an outlier because it's much lower than the other data values. So mark true or false for 4A. 4B. The difference between the outlier and the median is 24. Remember, difference means to subtract, so you're going to have to do several steps on scratch paper. First, you need to put the data points in order from least to greatest to find the median. Remember, if there's an even number of data points, you have to average the two that are in the middle to find the median. Then the second step after you find the median is to take the median and subtract the outlier, or vice versa, depending on which one's bigger, and see if the difference is 24. Stop the video until you're ready to go to 4C. Okay, 4C. The outlier in this data set affects the mean by increasing it. Increasing it means it goes up. Did the outlier make the mean go up? Okay, question number 5. Mr. Jones gave a quiz to his math class. The students' scores are listed in the table. Make a dot plot of the data. Remember, a dot plot is you just put a dot. So for example, 100 is the first data point, so you put a dot over 100. So you're going to put all the dots on the dot plot. Stop the video until you're ready to go to number 6. Okay, number 6. Melanie scored 10, 10, 11, and 13 points in her last 4 basketball games. The mean of the test scores is. Remember, to find the mean, you add up the data points and divide by how many there are. So you're going to take 10 plus 10 plus 11 plus 13, and then you're going to divide by 4 because there are 4 games. That gives you the mean. To find the median, first you need to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. And since there's an even amount of data points, you're going to have to add the 2 middle numbers and divide by 2. To find the mode, remember the mode is the most repeated number in the data set. Go ahead and stop your video till you're ready to go to number 7. Okay, question number 7. The Martin family goes out for frozen yogurt to celebrate the last day of school. The costs of their frozen yogurts are $1, $2, and $4. Select true or false. 7A. The mean cost for the frozen yogurt can be found by adding each cost and dividing the total by 4. So is that true or false? Is that how you find the mean? 7B. The cost of the frozen yogurt, the mean cost of the frozen yogurt is $2. So now you got to actually find the mean. Stop the video until you're ready for part C. Part C. The difference between the greatest cost and the mean is $1. So whatever the highest amount is in your data set, subtract the mean and see if you get $1. Part D. The difference between the least cost and the mean is $1. So now you're going to take that same mean and subtract the least cost, the smallest one off the list, and see if it's $1. Stop your video till you're ready to go to number 8. Question number 8. The histogram shows the amount of time students spent on homework for the week. For numbers 8A through 8D, choose true or false to indicate whether the statement is correct. 8A. The number of students that spent between 30 minutes and 59 minutes on homework is 2. So you need to go to the histogram, trace from the top of the bar that shows 30 to 59 minutes and see if it is 2. 8B. The greatest number of students spent between 90 minutes and 119 minutes on homework. So again, look at the histogram and see if that is true. 8C. 5 of the students spent less than 60 minutes on the homework. Now for this, remember you're going to have to add 2 of those bars together. because you're going to add the 0 to 29 minutes plus the amount that did 30 to 59 minutes. You got to add those two together and see if it is 5. 8D. 6 of the students spend 60 minutes or more. So this time you got to add 3 intervals together. How many did 60 minutes? How many did the 90 to 119 minutes? Plus how many did 120 to 149 minutes? You got to add all 3 of those together and see if it's true. Stop the video until you're ready to go to number 9. Okay, let's take a look at question number 9. Question number 9 says, the dot plot shows how many games of chess 8 different members of the chess club played in 1 month. If Jackson is a new member of the chess club, how many games of chess is he likely to play in 1 month? Explain how the dot plot helped you find the answer. Well, think about it. If he's likely to play the same amount of games as the most people, what does the word most mean? It would be the mode, so that should give you a clue. Question number 10. Larry is training for a bicycle race. He records how far he rides each day. Find the mode of the data. Remember, mode means the most repeated number. Number 11. The amounts of money Connor earned each week from mowing lawns for 5 weeks is $12, $61, $71, $52, and $64. The mean amount earned is $52, and the median amount earned is $61. Identify the outlier and describe how the mean and the median are affected by it. Okay, for this problem, you're going to have to do a lot of work on your scratch paper. So for step number 1, you have to identify the outlier. Which value is either much higher or lower than the rest of the values in your data set? Then you need to find the mean without the outlier. So you're going to add up all the data points and divide by 5. Then find the mean with the outlier and see what is different. Is it higher or lower when you include the outlier? Then you're going to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. First with the outlier included, see what the median is. Then take out the outlier and see what the median is and see if it changes. So lots of steps on question 11. Stop the video until you're ready to go to number 12. Okay, number 12. The frequency table shows the height in inches of all 12 basketball players. What fraction of the players are 70 inches or taller? Remember, the fraction needs to be how many are 70 inches or taller. So you remember you got to add up the numbers that are 70 to 79 plus the numbers that are 80 to 89 to get all of the players that are taller than 79 or that are taller than 70. That goes on top of your fraction. And then the bottom of your fraction is how many players total. So you're going to add up all the players to get the bottom of your fraction. Stop the video till you're ready to go to number 13. Okay, question number 13. A teacher surveys her students and found how much time the students spent each eating lunch on Monday. She uses blanks as the unit of measure. So look at the top of the chart in the purple part, what does she use as the unit of measure? Number 14.